Let me ask you a question. How long have you been waiting? Waiting for someone to treat you better, waiting for your circumstances to improve, waiting for the world to finally be fair. Let me tell you something I learned a long time ago. If you keep waiting, you'll be waiting forever. See, most people live their lives in limbo. They say, I'll be happy when my spouse changes. I'll be successful when my boss gives me a raise. I'll start working hard when the economy gets better. But that's a dangerous game. Because what happens when they don't change? What happens when the raise never comes? What happens when the world keeps moving and you're still in the same place? The answer is simple. You lose. You lose time. You lose opportunities. You lose your own potential. And I don't want that for you. I want you to win. I want you to grow. I want you to become the kind of person who doesn't wait for change, but instead creates it. That's what we're going to talk about today. How to stop waiting. How to take back control. And how to focus on the only thing you can truly change. Yourself. Let's begin. Let's start with a truth that might be difficult to accept. You are the only one responsible for your life. Most people live their lives looking for reasons why they haven't achieved their dreams. They look outside of themselves, at their circumstances, at their relationships, at the world around them. And they say, if only this were different, if only this person would change, if only I had a better opportunity. But here's what I want you to understand. When you point your finger at someone else, you give away your power. Waiting for others to change, waiting for the right circumstances, waiting for everything to line up. This is what I call the waiting game. And let me tell you, it's a losing game. You wait, and nothing changes. Why? Because real change starts with you. You see, if you are always waiting for someone else to fix your situation, you are giving away your power to them. You're handing them the keys to your future, and that is not a position of strength. There's a powerful moment in every person's life when they realize that the only person who can change their life is themselves. That moment is when you take full responsibility for where you are and where you're going. It's when you stop blaming the world and start accepting that the choices you make, the actions you take, and the mindset you adopt will determine your future. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that's gone wrong. It means accepting that you have the power to choose how you respond to your circumstances. You can either wait for someone else to act, or you can take the initiative and move forward. The truth is, life is not something that happens to you. It's something that you create through your actions, your decisions, and your beliefs. If you sit back and wait for life to give you something, you'll wait forever. But if you take charge, take responsibility, and start doing something about it, you will begin to see results. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jim, you don't understand my situation. I've got so many obstacles in my way. It's not that simple, and I get it. We all face challenges. But here's what I've learned. Your obstacles, your difficulties, they are not barriers to success. They are opportunities for growth. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop seeing problems as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping. When you stop waiting for others to change and begin focusing on what you can do, something remarkable happens. You take back your power. And the moment you take back your power is the moment you become unstoppable. You might not be able to control every circumstance. You might not be able to control what others do, but you can control what you do. You can control your attitude. You can control your actions. And when you start doing that, you'll be amazed at how things start shifting in your life. This is where the magic happens. Personal responsibility is the foundation of all success. It's the first step towards real transformation. It's what turns dreams into plans and plans into reality. So let me ask you again, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for someone else to make the first move? Or are you ready to step up, take responsibility, and change your life? Because the moment you do that, your whole world will change. You see, the power has always been in your hands. It always will be. It's up to you to decide how to use it. Take responsibility and watch how your life begins to transform. Let me ask you a question. How often have you waited for the perfect moment to act? We've all done it. We've all said to ourselves, I'll start when I'm ready. I'll take action when everything falls into place. I'll change my life when the time is right. But here's the harsh truth. The right time never comes. It's an illusion. You see, there is no such thing as the perfect moment to begin your journey. There's no magical set of circumstances that will suddenly make everything fall into place. The idea of waiting for that moment is nothing more than a way to avoid taking action. It's procrastination in disguise. I've known so many people who put their dreams on hold, waiting for the right circumstances. They wait until they have more money. They wait until they're in better health. They wait until they have the perfect plan, the perfect team, the perfect opportunity. But guess what? While they're waiting, time is slipping away. I'll tell you this, waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. You can't wait for everything to be ideal before you act, because perfect doesn't exist. It's just a mental block, a way for us to justify not taking the first step. What I've learned in my own life is that you have to start with what you have. You have to take action even when you don't feel ready. Even when things are messy. Even when you're not sure what the next step will be. The most successful people are not the ones who wait for everything to align perfectly. They are the ones who make the decision to start, regardless of the circumstances. They act with what they have in the moment, and they adjust as they go. Let me give you an example. I remember when I started speaking to small audiences. I didn't have the perfect speech. I didn't have the perfect setup. I didn't have all the answers. But I knew this. I wasn't going to wait for perfection before I stepped on that stage. I had to act. I had to face the fear, the doubt, the uncertainty. I had to trust that if I started and kept learning along the way, I would improve. And that's exactly what happened. The more I spoke, the more I learned. The more I stumbled, the more I grew. But none of that would have happened if I had waited for the perfect moment. You see, the act of starting is more important than waiting for the conditions to be ideal. When you make the decision to take action, something remarkable happens. You begin to move forward. And momentum is powerful. When you make the decision to start, even in imperfect conditions, you'll begin to see progress. And when you see progress, you'll gain confidence. When you gain confidence, you'll take more action. And when you take more action, that's when things begin to shift. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that success is waiting for you, just around the corner, after you've got everything lined up perfectly. But the reality is, success is earned by doing. It's earned by taking imperfect action and adjusting as you go. The time to act is always now. Waiting for everything to fall into place is a trap. The only way to make progress is to start moving, even if you don't have everything figured out. You'll figure it out along the way, but only if you take the first step. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the right conditions. Start today with what you have. Make the decision to act, and you'll begin to see how things unfold. Because here's the truth. You're never going to feel 100% ready. The time to start is now. And when you do, you'll be amazed at how much progress you can make, even when things aren't perfect. Let's talk about the most important game you'll ever play, the inner game. Too often we look outside ourselves for the reasons why we haven't achieved success. We blame our circumstances, we blame the economy, we blame the people around us. But here's the truth. True change begins within you. Success is not just about the world around you. It's about what's going on inside your mind. It's about the discipline you develop, the mindset you adopt, and the personal growth you commit to. Everything starts within. The world can be chaotic. The circumstances might not always be ideal. But if you have the right mindset, if you develop the right habits, if you have the right vision, none of that will matter. Because when you change within, you begin to shape the world around you. The first step is to recognize that success is an inside job. It's easy to point the finger and say, if only this person would change, if only this situation were different. But the moment you stop focusing on external factors and start focusing on you, on your mindset, your habits, your actions, real change starts to happen. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of success. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's the ability to push yourself day in and day out to stay on track with your goals. and it's something you develop from the inside out. Your mindset is equally important. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you can't do something, that the world is against you, that success is for someone else, then that's exactly what you'll experience. But when you shift your thinking, when you believe that you can overcome challenges, when you embrace the idea that success is possible for you, your world begins to change. When you focus on self-improvement, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop worrying about what others are doing, how far they've come, or how much they've achieved. Instead, you focus on your own growth. You look at yourself as your own competition. How can you get better today than you were yesterday? How can you take one more step towards your goal, no matter how small? Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And the only way to make that journey meaningful is by committing to personal growth. This means developing the habits that align with your vision for your life. Think about your habits. What do you do on a daily basis? What are the small actions that you take consistently, day after day? Are they moving you closer to your goals, or are they holding you back? Success is built on small daily actions. It's not about waiting for the big moment to make a change. It's about consistently showing up, doing the work, and improving each day. When you take responsibility for your own growth and development, you begin to build the foundation for success. It's not about waiting for the perfect conditions or the right opportunity. It's about becoming the kind of person who is ready for success, no matter what the world throws at you. So ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to become? What kind of habits do you want to develop? Because the more you focus on your internal growth, the more your external circumstances will start to shift. It's not enough to hope for success. You have to work for it. And that work starts from within. When you begin to focus on developing yourself, you'll see that the world begins to open up to you in ways you never thought possible. Success is not about external validation. It's about knowing that you are on the right path, doing the right things, and becoming the right person. The inner game of success is the most important game you will ever play. So stop waiting for everything around you to change. Focus on changing yourself, because when you do, everything else will follow. Let's talk about something that no one can avoid in life: setbacks, challenges, roadblocks, failures. They're all part of the journey, and yet, when they come, it feels like we're being pushed back. It feels like we've taken a few steps forward, only to fall 2 steps behind. And in those moments, it's easy to say to ourselves, I'll never get through this. I'm just not cut out for this. But what if I told you that those setbacks, the ones you're trying to avoid or escape from, are actually opportunities in disguise? It's true. Life has a way of throwing challenges at you, but those very challenges are the things that will shape you. They will build your character. They will make you stronger. They will teach you the lessons that no success or easy path could ever teach you. You see, it's not the absence of setbacks that makes people successful. It's how they handle them. The people who succeed are the ones who don't run from difficulty. They embrace it. They don't wait for obstacles to disappear. Instead, they use them as fuel for their journey. I can tell you this from experience. The road to success is not a straight line. It's filled with twists and turns, hills and valleys. And while you can't always predict when you'll face a setback, you can decide how you'll respond to it. When you face a challenge, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, this is the end. This is where I quit. But the people who rise above, who reach their goals and dreams, are the ones who choose a different mindset. They choose to see setbacks as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Every difficulty you face is an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a lesson in resilience. When you embrace the challenge, when you decide not to be defeated, you'll find that the setback becomes a setup for something greater. Let me give you an example from my own life. Early in my career, I faced numerous failures. I was told no more times than I can count. I was rejected, turned down, and overlooked. But those no's didn't define me. They became the fuel for my fire. I learned from every failure, adjusted my approach, and kept going. Each setback taught me a valuable lesson about persistence, creativity, and resilience. What I've realized is this: you can't control when setbacks happen, but you can control how you respond to them. You have the power to choose. You can either see them as obstacles that stop you, or you can choose to see them as opportunities to grow and improve. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is simple. Successful people view setbacks as temporary. They see obstacles as part of the process, not as reasons to quit. They know that every challenge is a lesson in disguise. It's about developing the right mindset. When you shift your perspective, setbacks lose their power over you. Instead of fearing them, you begin to see them as part of the journey. You start to believe that no setback is too big to overcome. Here's the thing: you're going to face difficulties. Life will test you. You'll encounter obstacles that feel impossible to overcome. But remember, those obstacles are the very things that will make you stronger. So the next time you face a challenge, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I use this setback to move forward?" Because the truth is, every setback is a setup for a comeback. The more you embrace difficulties, the more resilient you'll become. And that resilience is what will carry you to success. We all have dreams, right? Whether it's achieving financial freedom, building a successful business, living a healthier life, or simply becoming the best version of ourselves, we all have something we're working towards. And it's easy to get caught up in that end result, the destination. But here's the truth that most people don't realize. The journey is just as, if not more, important than the destination. You see, so many of us focus so heavily on reaching the end goal that we forget to appreciate the process that gets us there. We think that when we finally reach the top, when we achieve that big goal, that's when we'll be happy. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I lose 20 pounds. I'll be happy when I finally reach 6 figures. But here's the catch. If you only focus on the destination, you miss the incredible growth that happens along the way. The real magic is in the journey. I want to challenge you to change the way you look at your path to success. It's not just about getting from point A to point B as quickly as possible. It's about enjoying the process. It's about finding meaning and satisfaction in the work you do every single day. Because true fulfillment doesn't come from the finish line. It comes from the effort, the discipline, and the lessons learned during the race. Think about it. When you set a big goal, the excitement of reaching that goal might fade away quickly once you get there. You'll be happy for a moment, sure, but then what? The feeling wears off. You'll be left thinking, what's next? You see, it's the growth that occurs in between the starting point and the finish line that shapes you. It's the small daily actions that build your character, your habits, and your mindset. Real growth happens in the day-to-day effort. It's in the mornings when you wake up early to work on your goals. It's in the evenings when you reflect on the day's progress, knowing you gave it your best. Growth doesn't happen in giant leaps. It happens in small, consistent steps. It's in making the decision to keep going, even when you don't feel like it. It's in developing habits that become second nature to you. Now, I'm not saying that having a destination isn't important. Having goals is essential, and you need that clear vision of where you're heading. But I'm telling you this, if you only focus on the destination, you'll miss the incredible transformation that happens along the way. The journey is where you become the person you need to be in order to achieve your dreams. We live in a world that's obsessed with the end result. We see people on social media living their best lives, driving fancy cars, enjoying vacations, and we think, that's it. That's the goal. That's what success looks like. But we forget about everything they went through to get there. We forget about the sacrifices, the struggles, the long hours, and the failures that led to that moment. The truth is, success isn't a single moment. It's the culmination of everything you've learned, done, and become along the way. Here's the secret. Don't wait for the destination to give you satisfaction. Find joy in the work itself. Find fulfillment in the small wins. Celebrate the little victories because they are the true markers of progress. It's the persistence, the learning, the adapting, and the growing that make the journey worth it. You can choose to see every day as a step towards your goal, but it's more powerful when you see each day as an opportunity to grow, to improve, and to become the person who can achieve that goal. Success is not about reaching some distant destination. It's about becoming the person who can handle whatever comes next, and that happens in the process. I want you to shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, I'll be happy when I get there, start thinking, I'm happy because I'm on the path of growth. Find contentment in the small actions you take every day. Take pride in the fact that you are constantly evolving, that you are always moving forward. Each day is a step closer to who you are meant to become. That's where the real joy lies. When you embrace the journey, when you focus on the growth, you'll notice something incredible. The results will come on their own. You won't need to chase them. They'll follow you because you've become the person capable of achieving them. The journey will make you who you need to be, and the destination will simply be a natural outcome of your efforts. So don't rush through the process. Don't wish for the days to go by faster just so you can reach the finish line. Savor every step. Learn from the challenges, celebrate the victories, and be grateful for the opportunity to grow, because when you focus on the journey, success becomes not just about what you achieve, but about who you become. Success is not just the destination. It's the person you are becoming in the process. And that person, that's the true reward. As we wrap up, I want you to remember this. You are in control. Stop waiting for the world to change. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The time to act is now, and the transformation begins with you. The path to success isn't about waiting for the stars to align. It's about showing up every day, ready to embrace the journey. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't happen in isolation. It's a continuous process, a reflection of your decisions, your actions, and your commitment to self-improvement. The destination will come, but what truly matters is what you become along the way. So, embrace every step, every lesson, every moment of growth. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Start today. Focus on what you can control, your mindset, your actions, your growth. And remember, it's not the destination that defines you. It's the journey. Stay focused, stay committed, and watch how you transform your life, one step at a time. Keep moving forward and know that the best is yet to come. The power to change your life has always been within you. You just need to take the first step. Now, go out and make it happen.